それではアビゲイルやっていきましょう。そこにいるけどいいのかな。そこにいるけどこっち入っちゃっていいのかな。よいしょー。悪役。あ、結構帰ってくんだこっちに。
Same thing I've been cooking the past 15 years with the hope of poisoning you.
Ain't working so well.
Not yet.
Be honest though, tastes bad enough to kill a man.
I never was much of a cook, but I did try to be a good wife.
And you have been.
Given what we was and what we came from, I think we've gone and done okay. I look at Jack, I look at him, and I think we've been blessed. Maybe he can be something more.
He's a good kid. He can be whatever he wants to be. He ain't gonna be no frontier gunslinger killing and running those gang, though. That way's over. Railroads and government and motor cars and everything gone and done away with all that.
And he ain't gonna marry no orphaned working girl running with a bunch of hucksters, neither.
If he meets one like you, I hope he'll marry her.
Stop.
イチャイチャタイム。
Gunslinger, you sure know how to make a girl blush. God damn crows! John! You have got to go deal with them? They've broken into the silo again and are eating all the corn out from it.
Of course, my angel.
Get out of there!
ジョンはジョンで別のものを盗み食いしてるな。
Go on! Scat!
つまりカラスを退治しろっていうことかな。カラスをサイロから追い払え。どうすればいいのかな。ワンコも飼ってるの？うち。かわいいね。名前なんて言うの？名前ある？まあいや、そんなことはよくて。あと待って、トウモロコシのだってどこ行けばいいのこれ。めっちゃトウモロコシダメージがトウモロコシはどこですかね。どうしたらいいのかな。こういうんでいいかな。ちょっと待って、これ何が正しいかが分かんないんだけど。ね、どうしたらいいのこれ。そういう、あそこにいっぱいいるな。なんかが、なんだろうな、あれ、火がつきました。
Like birds.
うでしょう。
Finally. How about that stew?
ミッション完了したようです。結局どうするのがよかったのかな。あ、登れないだこれ。中に入れないだこれ。こっから登ってみようか。登ってなんとかするものだと思ったんだけどな。よいしょ。あーダメでした。登れないみたいです。カラスの死骸がいっぱいありますな。羽もらってもしょうがないかな、カラスって。とりあえず持ってってみよう。うん、まあ、せっかくだからね。じゃあちょっと、まあ、カラスの羽ちょっと適当に拾っとくので、次またアビゲールやっていきましょう。ここに来てなんかメインが終わったのに簡単なミッションになってきたぞ。はい、ではアビゲイルのミッションやっていきましょう。古い仲間、新しい因縁。ボニーかな。やっぱり。
Bonnie McFarland. She's a friend. Saved my life when I went after Bill and nearly got myself killed again.
Oh, now you two's in the habit of sending each other letters.
What, jealousy?
Very nice.
It weren't nothing like that. What's it say?
I don't know. I can't. Well, you know I can't read.
Give it here.
You read that thing out loud?
I ain't hiding nothing.
で、なんて書いてあるの？
Dear Mr. Marston, stop. Need corn sacks. Stop. Emergency. Stop. Weevils and moths ate entire county supply. Stop. Can you help? Not exactly the most romantic request now, is it?
I guess not.
トウモロコシをくれと。
She saved your life, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then you're gonna have to help her and her family out. We've got a plentiful supply of corn sacks over near the silo. About the one thing Uncle didn't manage to have stolen while we was gone.
Okay.
Hurry back, John. And John, what's she like?
You know. A little bit like you, I guess. She's a woman in a man's world.
うん。いい解消した。馬車に乗れ。はい、乗ります。
John, wait!
行くの？
I
一緒に。
changed my mind. I'm coming with you. Well, come on then. Let's get going.
時間切れとかあるの？
I don't think I can let you go off again without me.
Fair enough. I'm glad of the
てか
company.
狼がいます。怖い怖い。
Ask? I was waiting for you to ask me.
I thought you'd want to keep an eye on the boy.
Oh, while you were off cavorting with cowgirls in the next county?
Yeah.
I don't think so, John Marston. You only just got home. That Jack has seen enough of me for a lifetime. So, is she married? This Bonnie McFarland?
No,
What does she look like?
I don't know. Pretty normal, I
めっちゃ聞いて
suppose.
くんな。
Normal? What? Normal like me?
No, normal has
Yeah.
2 eyes, mouth, nose, that kind of normal. Besides, ain't no woman fine as you.
A little flattery. Now we're finally getting somewhere.
If you find yourself in a hole, the first thing to do is stop digging.
Another pearl of wisdom from John Marston. I sure do miss those.
あ、
I
シ
never
ーブスコ
took
ン
you
抜けてくんだ
for
こ
the
れ。
jealous type, Abigail.
I ain't jealous so much as curious.
You heard what she wrote. It's just some corn. She saved my life, and she was decent enough to me, so I owe her this much at least.
そう、なんもやましいことしないけど
How
ね。
did she save your life anyway?
She found me half dead on the side of the road and took me to the doctor. Most folks would have left me there.
Half dead from what?
Bill didn't take so kindly to me visiting unannounced.
Bill never did like surprises. How was he?
Same as he was when we left. angry and dumb, taking his revenge out on the world. People down there was really scared of him.
Bill? You gotta be kidding me. He was only frightening if he was afraid of dumb fools.
Bill weren't so bad, but when Dutch went crazy, Bill took it hard.
For a while, we all thought we'd found something right. Better way to live, but it was just a lie. Oh, you saw before they did.
Maybe. But there was still kind of a family.
A family that left you for dead. You knew the truth, John, and they hated you for it.
Where'd they take you?
Who?
Those government
う
bastards.
ん、あ、そうだね、うん、それも知りたいわ。
I ain't sure. They kept their eyes covered there and back. Can't have been too far from here, though.
They treat you right?
It ain't the first time I've had a gun to my head, John. You're forgetting your marriage proposal.
Very funny.
No, they learned pretty quick what would happen if they laid a finger on me.
話の途中だけとかついちゃった。
You came. Thank you so much. We lost the entire harvest.
Miss McFarland, I'd like you to meet my wife, Abigail.
Oh, ain't you quite the gentleman all of a sudden? It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Marston.
Likewise. Thank you for saving my husband's life and for teaching the miserable goats manners, among other things.
I didn't teach him anything. I know better than to try to change a man. You should meet my father.
Oh, people can change, Miss McFarland. John and I have to believe that more than anybody.
This is a decent first harvest for you, John. You should be proud. That's good land you got there.
How are you feeling, Mrs. Marston? From what your husband told me, it must have been awful for you.
I've been through worse, and I knew he'd be back before too long. He can't cook a meal to save his life.
Abigail, in my darkest hours, when I was most homesick, just the thought of one of your rat meat stews kept
ドブネズミ
pushing
シチュー。
forward.
Well, about as amusing as a weeping saddle sore, ain't he, Miss McFarland? You're gonna start yammering about women's work, John. I'd say you might be in the wrong company.
I'd say so too.
I never felt so outnumbered.
仲良くなりそうこの二人。んで今度は帰るのかな。ちょっと寂しいな的なその動き。
Pam?
これ帰るのか。帰る道はどんな会話を。
So that was the famous Bonnie.
That was her, all right.
She's pretty.
She's normal, like I said.
Well, you always wanted to be a rancher. I'd have thought she'd be just your thing. The perfect rancher's wife, if I ever saw one.
I already got a rancher's wife.
I'm only teasing. I like her, and I'm glad she saved your life. Most of the time, anyways.
The McFarlands are good people.
She did blush better than a shepherd's sunset when she saw you, though.
I have that effect on women.
You've clearly had one too many blows to the head.
You ain't wrong about that, Mrs. Marston.
やりとりがなんかいいな。
That's quite a ranch they got there.
That'll be us someday. As soon as we get back on our feet.
I don't know, John. How many times can we start again? An outlaw and a working girl. We ain't exactly farmers.
We are now. Forget that life. It's over.
Do you really believe that?
We have to. It's the only way we'll ever have a future.
The life we led, that doesn't go away. It's never over. You think those government men are just gonna leave us alone now?
The old gang's dead. I did what they asked.
And that's it? A life of crime forgiven?
We're back together, ain't we?
Till they decide you owe them something else.
Sometimes I think I was the stupid one for believing I could get out. Maybe Dutch, Bill, and Javier were just being honest with themselves.
You ain't perfect, John, and I sure ain't. But you're better than they are. Than they were.
Maybe we can't change. But we gotta try, for Jack's sake. Even if we have to start again 100 times. Better than going back to what we were. How's Jack doing?
Angry, upset. He's been through a lot.
I hope he's gonna be all right.
It's gonna take time. For a while, his world was safe, normal even. Then it got turned upside down again.
He ain't saying much about it.
I've tried to talk to him, but how do you explain any of this? What do you say when he asks about Uncle Bill and Uncle Dutch? They were family when he was a little boy.
He hides away in those books of his.
Wouldn't you? It ain't like the real world's done him many favors. He's just been kidnapped. He grew up with the gang. That's no life for a boy.
We did our best to protect him.
Come on, John. He saw things
Hi,
no
Wakiko.
boy should see.
Well, now we got a chance to make it right.
I think we should keep going, John.
進めって言われた。はい、終わり。
We did good today, John. I guess I better go fix us something to eat.
うん、この馬車どうしよう。これでアビゲイルも終わったのかな。その先ほど制服発見した。これがあればさ、あれより長期間がこちらに手を出せなくなる。そうなん。そんな便利アイテムをゲットしちゃったんだけど。どうせだったら見てみようか、ちょっと。でセーブもするしね。コスチュームをね、全然、なんか、鉄数というかなんだ。どこで変わるんだ。ゲームをセーブしかない。どこですか。どこで着替えられます。あれ着替えられないですかあ、これか。いやこれじゃないんだ。うん。とりあえずボックスワークスを開けよう。弾の補充をして、うん。着替えられないみたいだ。しょうがない。じゃあセーブしてくるわ。